What's your name?
Jahi Sami,
Where you from?
Trinidad and Tobago.
And what you think about Haiti?
Well, it's one of the first countries that liberated itself and has been kept in a situation by the Europeans continually since that time. But our people, as a people, whether we are in the diaspora of South America, Africa, should work to free ourselves. We have a precedent that was set, we should follow it. Unfortunately, psychological warfare by the Europeans towards our people keep us fragmented all the time, and it's difficult for us to get together. So we have to go within ourselves. What we created, our people created yoga, all the arts and science. We need to go back and use it.
You know what, boss? You said something interesting. You said Haiti created a precedent and nobody followed it. That's the problem with Haiti. Once it got to independence, no other enslaved population within the Americas tried to liberate themselves the way Haiti did, and it was left alone. If it was the vice versa or the other way around, and it was white enslaved population, you know how the white coat is, they would have followed the other white people to freedom. So why you think it's like that? Because after Haiti got its independence, it reached out to Jamaica and Cuba, and they didn't want to ally with it. It even went and fought with Simon Bolivar to free Venezuela and create Bolivia, but after they helped them, they turned their back on them and left us alone. We haven't freed the Dominican Republic, but they turned their back on us, so when the Europeans came for us, we were all alone. Why is that, boss?
Well, there's only one thing at the bottom of this. It's what the great Robert Nestor Malley called mental slavery. They keep us in mental slavery with the school system. All they teach us nonsense about ourselves and about. They teach us that they are our God and they are our demons. So we got to break away from this. Use our voodoo. Use our spirituality.
It's interesting you said that voodoo because everybody thinks voodoo is a bad thing. It's a negative thing. I don't understand it. They think it's bad, it's negative. But meanwhile, under the doctrine of discovery, they were forced into Christianity, and they love it, you know? And that was the religion of the slave masters. And Boukman said it was when we broke away from Christianity and used our true religion, which was voodoo, that freed ourselves. But they demonize and everybody thinks voodoo is bad. What would you like to say about that?
Well, it's a point where right now we're at a crossroad. And this crossroad, most people are not realizing. What is going on is geared towards us. But you have to have some background information to see through this nonsense that's going on.
Yeah.
It's about consciousness. When the consciousness is low, you can't see what to do.
Yeah.
When it's high and enlightened, nobody can stop you. So we have to help each other. Those who are enlightened have to go sit amongst us and bring them knowledge, bring the right information, right knowledge, and then use of knowledge is where we attain power. Okay. Knowledge is not power.
Yeah. How you use it is power. Utilization. Yeah.
I know all this stuff and I don't use it. I'm a fool.
Yeah. Now, what change you think is needed to free Haiti right now from the colonial change that's surrounded?
Our people within have to start forming a union. You see, individually, they can tear us apart. The union, they can't do it. When the Caribbean had movement towards a federation, it fell apart. Why it fell apart? All of us excluded Haiti from this. So they teach us that there's some issues with this one, that one. There's no issues. They have issues with all.
Talking about CARICOM left Haiti ever.
Yeah. So it's a time that we embrace ourselves. We're African. We were born here by force. Our culture and day was taken away by force. So what do we do?
But there were a lot of indigenous people already here before the European got here.
There was a lot of African
black people, in
the Americas, in the Caribbean.
That established civilizations before they came
here. I know this, but how many people know this?
Yeah.
So where we are, we're on a mental ride. It's mental games. And when you understand mental games, they can never reach you. It's a spirit. Once you put your spirit first, you will succeed.
Okay. And I got a question for you about Pan-Africanism. How come we don't really practice Pan-Africanism? Because Pan-Africanism, because when I study Pan-Africanism, we know what started here, and then they try to bring it to the African continent to implement it there. But what I've noticed is they've refused. Kwame Nkrumah even tried with the African Union and